This semester is like no other. Everything is different from classes to competition. Mark Jackson, the Vice President and Athletic Director, is joining us on this 1842 day. Mark, you know better than anyone else how different this season is.
Yeah, there's no question it's different. And these are unprecedented times for all Villanovans and everybody in our world. But they are turbulent. We are trying to figure it out as we go, very, very fluid. But the good news is we have a community here that understands that, and we're working together to try and get through it at every turn.
There are no games right now. So what are teams doing in place of the lack of competition?
Yeah, we're trying to put a priority on our student athlete mental health and wellness to give them a release. We can't compete right now. We can't bring our teams together. We can't study together. We can't train together, and we can't travel together. There's a million things we can't do. So what can we do? And we're using our facilities. We're using our first world-class coaching staff to provide our student athletes with a release towards fitness and conditioning, and trying to find fun ways to galvanize and to bring our teams together to just feel that connection. We're fortunate to be on campus. We're handling the campus protocols really, really well. And so we look at it as an advantage. It's a blessing to be on campus. A lot of student athletes are home right now and studying online, and we're not. So we want to protect the protocols and all that the campus is doing, but at the same time provide an outlet and a release for our student athletes to train and compete a little bit.
I want you to take me back to March as the cancellations started coming in and campus shut down last spring. I'm guessing you were at the Big East tournament in New York. Looking back now, though, what's your takeaway from last spring's campus shutdown?
Yeah, how fast it all happened. We were in New York City, you're exactly right. We were at a Big East board meeting, so the presidents and all the athletic directors sitting around, and basketball was happening, and then by the time the meeting ended, it wasn't. And we had a lot to figure out. We weren't sure it was going to be a couple weeks, this was going to be a couple months. So fortunately, the Big East and here at Villanova, we brought together medical professionals and have worked extremely hard on a daily basis to try and figure this thing out. And we don't want to make decisions here in September for November because it changes that fast. So we try and make September decisions in September, and that has carried us through. So you have to stay on your toes, you have to over communicate, and we're trying to be as transparent as we possibly can with everybody that we connect to. Not easy, but we're really fortunate to have this community to lean on.
We have seen Villanova student athletes step up in big ways from the spring to the summer, not just getting us through this pandemic, but also when it comes to fighting for social equity and racial injustice. Mark, how is Villanova Athletics continuing those initiatives?
Yeah, well, over the last few months, we've had a lot of really hard conversations, and we pride ourselves on community. As you know, UNITAS is one of the founding Augustinian principles of what we stand on. And to be honest, our community isn't perfect, and we know that, and that's been highlighted over the last few months. Certainly here in athletics, we have a lot of work to do, but we've had wonderful leadership from our Black student athlete leadership, from all of our underrepresented voices that want change. And this can't just be about words. We can't celebrate community if we don't stand by what that community should look like and what it should feel like. So we've put an agenda together with a lot of actionable items that we're working hard towards. We have a long, long way to go, but we have taken steps over the last few months that I think all Villanovans would be proud of.
Something that may have gotten lost in the chaos of last spring is the academic success of our student athletes. Mark, what does that tell you about your programs, and what does that represent?
Yeah, I'll start with our head coaches, because the head coaches are on the front lines of recruiting world-class student athletes to our campus from all over the world. And they come in here with the expectation that they're not only to exceed on an athletic, competitive scale, being a Division I athlete, but they're going to succeed in the classroom, and more importantly, for the rest of their lives. And I think we've proven that over years, and that goes well beyond just the athletic department. That's everything that Villanova represents and that our student athletes are so proud to be a part of. But our head coaches recruit that type of student athlete on the front end. And then when we get them here on campus, we support them, in an incredible way. Right up the hall here is Jen Brophy and her team, and they provide, learning assistance and tutorials and class registration advice and all those kinds of things. And then on campus, we're supported by a wonderful faculty and provost and Father Peter, and everybody comes together to help support our student athletes and have the kind of success we can all be proud of.
This is Villanova's fourth 1842 day, the university's annual day of giving. Mark, tell us, what does this day mean to you?
Yeah, it's a special day to come together as a community, although this year we're not necessarily all connected the way we want to be, but nonetheless, you can feel it. We've been a part of this now, as you mentioned, for 4 years with incredible success through our advancement efforts and getting people to recognize that we do have needs here. And this year especially, we have unprecedented needs in the athletic department. This is a unique year. For us, we generate a lot of revenue through men's basketball and bringing people into a packed Wells Fargo Center and a packed Finneran Pavilion. And we may not have that opportunity this year. More than likely, we won't. So we need help. We do. We need assistance to get behind all of our efforts. And I know there are multiple campaigns underneath 1842 Day. So whatever the interest is, we would love people to get behind it.
Like Mark mentioned, there are so many different athletic campaigns that you can explore and support at 1842day.villanova.edu. Your gift today can help fuel student athletes on and off the field.